Hey, good morning. Sorry, good morning, Transit. How you doing this morning? Oh, it's midnight over there. Yeah, man, midnight. I didn't get in till close to 1:30 last night. Haven't even had my coffee yet. How's your vacation going so far? Got some thick cut bacon here. Hey, Herman, good morning. Got the coffee on. Got the bacon should start frying pretty quick. I have no idea what I'm making. Believe it or not, I usually don't. The old spatula. And I picked up a couple of these Wagyu tri-tip. And I've never had the Wagyu before, so I figured I'd give it a try. Um, Cost me over just a little bit over an ounce of silver. Xavier, good morning. Yeah, it's GT. Hell yeah. Got the whole neighborhood smelling like bacon. Man, I just started it. Working these late nights is getting kind of hard for me to get up early in the mornings, you know. Heck, I used to be up even on my one day off on Sunday mornings. These mornings I used to be able to get up at 6, 7, or earlier, and it just seems like now I'm not able to get up as early, man. I'm kind of sleeping in a lot more. Well, sleeping in would be like 8 o'clock. Man, believe it or not, I don't work outside. I work. My first job is a heated shop, mechanic shop. Hi, Stack In. Good morning. So yeah, I'm kind of spoiled. You know, I got work in a heated shop, and then the second one's just Pizza Hut delivery. Yeah, get that overtime. Oh, now it's starting to sizzle. You know, Transit, it hasn't been too bad. Heck, I think it got up into the 60s yesterday. And then last night at about 10:30, 11 or so, it cooled down again. Yeah, what I needed is that coffee, man. Wow. I don't know if y'all, I don't know if how many of y'all do those races or participate in those races on here, but Stack Ann's pretty freaking awesome. Me and Miss West Texas, we gave it a try on it a few times, and Stack Ann's the only one we ever do good on. I'm just gonna throw all this bacon in here because I don't really want to mess with it. And I appreciate that that 1 ounce copper round. That was a nice little surprise. Mrs. was gonna do a video on that last one that she got in, but she had a loss on her dad's side of the family, so she's been kind of a little bit down about it. Odin, did you smell the bacon, Odin? Hmm? You smell the bacon? What do you do? Go eat the dog, the cat food? Oh, we got to re-season this cast iron pan. Bacon should not stick to a cast iron pan, and this one's kind of sticking a little bit. I'm kind of excited. I've never had Wagyu beef before. Has anybody in the chat had Wagyu beef before? This is the first time for me. I was actually gonna do ribeyes again, but for breakfast, but I don't know. It was about the same price actually. They're pretty close too. I'd have to look again. I don't, sometimes I don't pay attention to prices on stuff. It was $19.99 a pound. Hey, Bob. You've never heard of Wagyu beef? It's comes from, well, this is probably the American version of it, but Wagyu is it's come from the authentic Wagyu comes from Japan. It's cattle that's been fed with, I don't know, they get beer and massages and all kinds of weird stuff. But we just started seeing it here in the U.S. A few years ago, and if you can see the marbling on it is different from just a regular tri-tip sirloin. Oh, SGT, man, I like my steak still mooing. Not so much my ground beef, but definitely steaks, yeah. I like them still. I got Miss West Texas these green pans, ceramic. I haven't used them yet. They're supposed to be good, you know. You're not supposed to have that Teflon coating, you know. You're supposed to use that ceramic stuff. Have y'all, for those of us that do set goals for stacking, how are y'all coming along? I mean, I know it's just getting on the end of January, but man, I feel like I ain't stacked nothing. No, Herman, I didn't get it from HEB. I got it from Market Street, man. I don't go to HEB. HEB here in Odessa. It's just too damn crowded all the time, man. You gotta fight your way around the parking lot. You gotta fight your way around the. Yeah, I'm in Texas. And HEB is a grocery store, kind of local to here in Texas. It's don't get me wrong, they have good produce and good meats and it's a pretty good store to go to, man. I just don't like the crowd. Everybody goes to HEB. Everybody. Oh man, this guy again. No, partner. My name ain't Jamal. Is yeah, it's Jeremiah. No, I really I try to stay out of HEB as much as possible, man. It's just crazy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I told y'all the story last weekend of the girl that I saw get hit by a car right there, right by the HEB. Oh, that was crazy, man. That was wild. If you didn't hear the story, she got No, and it's not really like a Costco, but I'm cooking bacon, and then I'm gonna cook some Wagyu tri-tip. They're building a new Costco in Midland. I wonder if they're going to have any silver bars there. You know what? The steak was it was 19.99 a pound, and I don't know. I got 3 of them. It was 40 something bucks. That's not too bad. Costco. Oh, JK, there. Get a little look at it. Stack in. Oh, I'm getting a call coming in. Hold on a second. Okay. Well, I don't know who's calling me this time of day, but anyways, yeah, wow. Nobody ever calls me this early. Maybe it was I actually think it was the Pizza Hut. The manager at the Pizza Hut called me. We've been having this ongoing problem. Oh, and I'll get back to my story here in a second. We've been having a problem with people they'll place an order, right? And they'll pay with the credit card. And they'll freaking block the card like after I deliver it. They'll do this after the delivery. They'll block the damn card after the delivery, and we'll be out the money. That shit really pisses me off because, you know, it's my gas and my little car that I use to deliver the pizza to them. So we get paid a little bit for mileage. And we don't get any of the delivery fee. But shit, man, at the end of the night, you know, I'm thinking, hey, man, I got a damn good, you know, this guy tipped me $10. You know, it was a $10 tip. And I get there at the end of the night, man, I'm cashing out my tickets. And it gets stuck on that one. And sure enough, man, the card didn't process. I don't know why, or I don't know how they do that, but happens all the time, man. I don't think it's really people being desperate, SGT. I think it's just people trying to be slick, man. I mean, hell, this guy had a welding truck in his. Ask Herman about welding trucks around this area. There's a welding truck in his driveway. Oh, and I love I used to love the double stuffed chocolate chip muffins from Costco. They don't. Well, we're getting one apparently here in Midland, but so I didn't really do a whole lot. I didn't really do very good on tips last night. Plus, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if a delivery driver has a typical look, but I'm sure it might be a mixture of shock and fear when they open up the door and see me. Oh, that was bacon. Man, I just made a bunch of bacon. Hey, move, dog. I saved my bacon grease. But that fire is way too hot. We'll just put that right there for a second. Wipe this up. LJ, how's it going? I did pick up a couple pieces of metal yesterday. This Monarch Precious Metals. Oh, get out of there. The Monarch Silver Buck. I got 2 of them. I don't know why. I think I heard Monarch is out of Oregon. I don't know if they're still there or if they're still around, but the elk on those just reminded me of home, so I thought I'd get that because, believe it or not, West Texas didn't actually grow up in Texas. I was born here in Texas, but I grew up in Central Oregon. So I've watched other YouTubers do this. They walk in and they check the coin stars, right? I've never done it. Well, I mean, I've kind of glanced at it and stuff, but I never really figured I would find anything. But yesterday I had to give my buddy there at the vault some cash on a piece of silver that I had put away. So I went to the ATM there, and I guess it's right next door to a grocery store, which is great because for some reason that ATM they don't charge me a fee for using it with the Pizza Hut card that I have. Anyhow, long story short, I glanced in the goddamn coin store, and I didn't even think about it. Focus. Anyways, I found a silver dime. Man, it was my Coinstar find. 1956. Man, that was badass. And I was thinking, you know what? In my head, I was thinking I should take my phone out and record this, me finding this. But there was people walking by, and I kind of thought, you know what? If I stop to record this, they're probably going to see it and get it before I do. So I went ahead and turned the recorder off. So man, that's one thing about cast iron is they freaking the whole pan gets hot. So actually, dang, man. Yeah, it was transit. I mean, 2025 hasn't been a horrible start to the year for me, but it just, I feel like I'm behind on where I want to be on my stack. I feel like I'm behind on, you know, on my savings. Damn, that freaking cup that I put that bacon grease is really hot. But you know, I feel like I'm behind. So finding that dime was the highlight of my day. Well, as far as that goes, you know, it was just. Oh, let's see here. What am I doing? Hey, Broke, how's it doing? How's it going? How's it doing? God, man, I've got these eggs over there and at Market Street, and $6 for a dozen eggs. I don't know what the heck's going on with these places, but nice, JK. Like I said, man, I don't ever really check. I don't ever really check, but something just, you know, I looked over there, I saw it. It was just the one dime sitting there by itself, and I was like, I knew right away, like before I even got to it, I knew. I was like, that sucker's gonna be silver. Dang, Kevin, $7.50 a dozen in Arizona. I don't know. I don't know if I can live in Arizona. Kevin, what part of Arizona are you from? Broke, you're at $5 a dozen. Laughlin. They got Oh, not in there. That wouldn't be in Arizona, but you know, I didn't even measure my dang tortillas. Oh, that'll work. We have some family in Camp Verde, over by the, not Cottonwood, but the Montezuma's Well area. Man, 118. LJ, you give your extra eggs to your neighbor? That's good. Uh-oh. Maybe I didn't have that hot enough. Well, I guess I can. I don't know if you salt Wagyu beef like that, but I'm going to. Yeah, Herman. Some roosters, maybe. So I don't know what happened. Salt, pepper, garlic. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to hit it with. Turn that down a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened here? My grinder. My grinder is no grindy. Uh-oh. What the heck? Anyways. Good enough for me. I'm not a professional chef. I really don't do this for a living. There's some of these people that are trying to, the manager and stuff, trying to, wanted to teach me how to make pizzas there at the Pizza Hut. And I was like, no, no, not me. That's all right. Oh man, yeah. Damn near forgot about my coffee. Ah, man, I you know, here's a question for the stackers in the chat. I know probably not everybody's watching this is in the chat, but Stacks Metal's in the chat. But man, I've been catching some of these videos where these people are they keep I'm sorry, trying to anyhow, they keep making videos about how no LCSs will pay spot. What good is silver what good is buying metals when an LCS won't pay you spot price? It's like, so the question for the chat, for anybody that stacks in the chat, is that something you guys deal with? You know, do you find that your favorite LCS or the LCS you go to won't pay you spot price? Short rib sounds good. Transit, yeah, I just deliver the pizzas. I don't make them at Pizza Hut, you know. I just deliver them and go. So transit, most of them won't pay spot. They pay a little. They'll pay like $1 under or something, right? I guess. Here's the thing, though. I get it, but if you spend any amount of time in an LCS, man, it's not. It's not. They're not making money hand over fist like most people think, you know. I mean, I haven't had to ever sell anything. I don't know. I've just seen these guys that they'll put out a video showing their stack of silver and start talking about. Uh-oh, I'll eat that one. I got distracted, burnt my tortilla. Anyways, they'll start talking about how worthless silver is because no LCS wants it. No LCS wants to pay spot price for it. And, you know, from what I gather, most of these people are trying to flip it for $1. Hey, 210, good morning. Yeah, they're just trying to make, you know, these people, they'll go in and they'll buy a 10-ounce bar of silver at this price and then have to go back in and sell it a couple weeks later. I mean, that's the only way I could see spot, you know, not getting spot for it would affect anybody. If you're in it for the long haul, you buy the damn ounce of silver, 10 ounces of silver, whatever, you hang on to it. Maybe in another 10 years, you know, spot price will be $40, $45, whatever it's going to be. I seen some knucklehead on there. Oh God, I forgot who it was. Somebody put on there $10,000 an ounce again. Ooh, these pans cook a little different. I'm gonna have to make me another one of those. Hey, thanks. I'm trying, man. It's a Wagyu, some Wagyu steak. It wasn't really that bad. It was about $20 a pound. Uh-oh. Do I wear zipper hoodies? Yeah. What am I freaking burning here? Get that off there. Hell, I got 3 of these. I might make another one. Nice little crust on that side, I guess. I guess they call that the crust. Whichever. Put that there. Turn that off for now. Yeah, I wear zipper hoodies. Nah, I wear them to work. I ain't gonna show you my zipper hoodie. What the hell were we talking about? Spot price and a tortilla. Look, man, if anybody's close by that has a wife that knows how to make homemade tortillas, maybe we should get together and they can teach Miss West Texas how to make homemade tortillas. Hey, bro, have a good day, buddy. We'll see you. Stay warm. T-Bird. So yeah, I guess I've just never ran into that problem. I've never had to sell anything yet either, but I started stacking silver when, I guess people would say it's kind of late in the game. I started stacking silver when it was at like $22 an ounce. So, oh man, I'll save you. I'll save you, little egg. So I started stacking when it was like $22 an ounce. And I mean, now it's at what, 30? So if I were to ever have to go in there and sell today, I mean, even if he did give me $1 under spot, I would be ahead. And if you guys want to, if y'all like to play I'm not saying y'all, but if people like to play that dollar cost average game, which it doesn't really affect me because, for one, it matters, but it doesn't. Dollar cost average, that might matter in crypto, keeping your dollar cost average down, but crypto seems more volatile. But with silver and gold, you're going to keep buying, It's not I know some people that think of all those people a few years ago when gold hit $2,000 an ounce, you had all these people talking about, that's it, I'm going to quit buying. I'm not going to buy gold no more. It's pointless to buy gold. It's too expensive. If you'd have kept buying, you know, you'd still be doing pretty good right now. What is it? It's 27 something last I checked. Oh man. Come on. Is your mom and everybody coming over? Wagyu tri-tip and breakfast quesadillas with bacon. You bought your first ounce of gold at 16.12. I mean, yeah, that's so even now, if you were LJ, if you were to go into your local LCS and he was like, I'll give you $30 under spot, you're not really losing anything, you know? It's still a pretty good gain. I understand that, you know, that people would go in and expect to get spot, but dealing with silver and gold at these LCSs, man, it's just volume, you know, sheer volume. You know, if he buys an ounce of silver at spot and turns around and sells it at $2 over spot, he's only made $2 off of it. A lot of people get wrapped up in that whole deal, you know, that, oh, well, I bought a buffalo, a gold buffalo, and it was $29 or $28 or $2,900 for the ounce. Man, that LCS, he just made, you know, $2,900 off of me. But in reality, he made anywhere from $80 to $100 off of it. How many people you got going into an LCS every day buying? Well, I mean, here you might. Things are a little bit different here, but you know, generally speaking, you're probably not getting a whole lot of people walking in and buying 10 ounces of gold buffaloes in a day. That would make you about $1,000, right? So it's all just a numbers game, you know. It's the volume, and I think some people lose sight of that. Hey, T-Bird, have a good Sunday, man. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your breakfast. I got me my cup of coffee, and finally got me a cup of coffee in me, and I'm gonna figure out if we're having company for breakfast, if I need to make any more. Okay. Miss West Texas just informed me that they'll be here for breakfast. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I gotta make another steak now. And maybe I'll have me another cup of coffee. So the whole deal about the spot price is There, y'all are going to get a shot of my ceiling real quick. Pink. Good morning, everybody. Let me adjust that. Hey, y'all like my shirt? Oh, I need to get a freaking haircut, but I don't think I'm going to. This is the longest my hair's ever been, I do believe. So, I'm a little crooked there. That's all right. There we go. Just a dude, good morning. Yeah, more food. That's what I'm doing. Here, I'll get that right there. Turn that back on low. Good to show off my meat here. Look at that. Oh, that's some good. I might end up having to make all three of those. That's all right, though. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. So, I won't get a whole lot into this political stuff. I'm just going to say this. On my Facebook feed, I saw a deal about Occupy Democrats site. I could care less, Republican, Democratic. I don't really care a whole lot, right? But I tend to have more conservative views. So, with that being said, I do believe everybody has the right to free speech. They have the right to their own opinion on whatever it is they feel. It's not for me to say that what somebody else is doing is wrong, or I mean, I can say I wouldn't do it, but I am not gonna. It's not for me to tell somebody else that no, you shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong. Because at one point in my life, I'm sure I did a whole lot of shit that somebody could have pointed their finger at me and been like, "That's a bad guy right there." He's, Anyways, this news feed in my Facebook news feed, it's talking about. I'm doing the fucking hand chops a little too much. Anyways, it's talking about since old Mr. T got in that all these agricultural workers here in Texas, that 28% of them ain't showing up for their jobs, and they haven't showed up for work and all this stuff, and I find it a little bit funny that people should say that, because first of all, there's nobody planting right now. There's nobody working fields right now. It's been freaking 15 degrees in the mornings, 10 degrees in the mornings here. Where the hell do you think these agricultural workers are going to be working at? They're not out there. They're not out there working the fields or anything. It's too cold. So for them to try to use that little scare tactic of 28% and like 48% of these field workers in California aren't showing up for work. I don't know what it's like in California right now, but if their planting seasons are anywhere close to what they are with the rest of the country, nobody's doing agricultural work right now. I mean, they're just not, right? So I can't stand the lies, the fear tactics, the scare tactics, whether that be in the silver stacking community, the political community, whatever it is, man. It's when you try to rule somebody over with fear, and most of it's crock of shit anyways, you're not getting, You're getting like Thomas here, ball sack head. You know, that's what you end up with. You know, that's anyways, that's my little rant on that. It what bothers me the most is the guys that try to work this whole angle into the silver and gold stacking communities, you know, this whole doom and gloom. If this happens, then the price of silver is going to be this, and the price of gold is going to be this, and the overinflators that, you know, silver is going to be $10,000 an ounce. That kind of stuff irritates me, because when you're selling people false hope with fear, they tend to make decisions, if they don't educate themselves on it, they tend to make decisions that aren't in their best interest. If that makes sense. Ball sack head, huh? That's a good one. I may not need another one of those. Yeah. A lot of people in the community of silver and gold stacking are way against crypto. And I'm no economic ninja or none of that crap, but Miss West Texas, she made some pretty good moves on that crypto stuff, and we're doing pretty well on it. William E., you don't mind none of the fear mongering? I guess if it keeps people buying, right? I mean, it does. It'll keep the demand high, or higher. I guess that's one positive way you could look at it. I just wouldn't care for the person that's on a limited budget, or, you know, or somebody to go in there and spend their whole life savings on silver because somebody told them that it was imminent that the dollar was going to collapse. You know, within the next month, the dollar's going to be worth nothing, and you better buy all the silver you can, you know. That's more the kind of stuff that I'm getting at. Yeah, just a dude. That was my, you know, that was my take on it too. There's nothing going on now with the agricultural department, you know, in that area. So why are they trying to tell everybody that these guys aren't reporting for work? Yeah, no, I mean, William E., I wouldn't want it to go up either. You know, you got all these people that are just ecstatic, or you know, they're claiming that how great it would be for silver to go up to $50 an ounce. I mean, how good would that be really for people that are buying it and stacking it? You know? Sorry, I had to flip my steak. I had to handle my meat. The other thing, you know, I talked to my mom. My mom, I don't know I don't know what happened in their older age. I don't know how it happened, but for some reason they went from having a more conservative mindset that to a way left-leaning liberal mindset. And you know, we started talking yesterday, me and my mom started talking about people coming into the country and how much it costs them to get here legally, you know, with the paperwork and all that. And I said, look, Mom, I said, you can go and get an immigration lawyer and pay $10,000 for an immigration lawyer, and you can get your paperwork to be here legally. And she says, well, where are these people going to come up with $10,000 to get, you know, to get a immigration lawyer to come into the country legally? And I said to her, well, Mom, the same place they got to $10,000 to pay a coyote to bring them across illegally. Because that's what they're doing. The human trafficking here in West Texas is, yeah, GoFundMe. They're, I mean, it's big business here in the southern states. So if you can get $10,000 to be smuggled across illegally, then there should be no problem to get $10,000 to get an immigration lawyer. LJ, I haven't heard that. I wouldn't doubt it. Nah, Herman, I'm not working tonight, man. It's my night off. Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays are my night off, but I usually work Thursdays. I got to get busy and try to figure out how to go live on Rumble. I don't know if y'all ever tried using Rumble, but LJ, I wouldn't doubt that then. Well, you know, what do I know? I mean, it's crazy that people will, maybe it's my accent, the way I talk. I don't like using big fancy words. And they, you know, but people just assume that I'm some kind of a dumb redneck that doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Kim, you are correct, man. There's not very many people hurting for money here. And right now we have a big, how would I say it? A big influx of a lot of people coming in from other states. We got a lot of people coming in from Florida. And most of them are Cuban. And I don't know their status for being here. You know, I actually knew one that I interacted with, and he was here illegally. Him and his sister were here illegally. They went from Cuba. They took a boat from Cuba to Colombia, and from Colombia they walked or hitched a ride or whatever from Colombia all the way up to the Mexico border. And man, talk about a long ass walk, right? Anyways, they get here and they're hustling. Man, these people are they're hustlers, and I don't mean that as hustling like trying to, you know, bamboozle people, but they're DoorDash, Uber Eats, man, they're Instacarts, man, they are just going crazy with trying to make as much money as they possibly can. And most of them don't live in a fancy homes or drive around brand new cars. And a lot of them tend to, like LJ just said, a lot of them have conservative views. They know what it's like to be under a socialist regime, a communist regime, and they come here to America and they see what's going on here, or what has been going on here, and they're just like, wow, you know, this reminds us way too much of some of the ideology that they used in Cuba. Now, the only problem that I can see, or I've noticed around here, is they do tend to work for lower wages, and it kind of undercuts everybody else, especially in the sand hauler or oil hauling field. Sorry, didn't mean for y'all to stare at my cabinets, but the other part is, it's kind of cool that I saw a while back ago, is there's a person from Cuba that came into the LCS, and he was buying or looking for a lot of little Mexican gold, you know, the 2.5 pesos, the 5 pesos, the 10 pesos, right? And I started talking with him. We didn't have any at the time because, believe it or not, here in Odessa, that Mexican gold, it doesn't stick around very long. At least not here in Odessa. Maybe in Midland. I don't know how it is in Midland, but here in Odessa, Mexican gold just doesn't seem to last long. And what he was doing is he was buying it and selling it off on TikTok. And he's like, I can't keep enough of it. You know, and people are just buying it up so quick that. And that was good to see, you know, that he was actually, you know, selling legitimate gold on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. I tried it once. I'm not young enough for TikTok. I can't shake my ass to get views on TikTok. So I decided that it was best that I not use it. It wasn't really serving a purpose. What do y'all think? Looks good. Oh, your friend is from Indonesia. I've been to Bali. Herman, go live, man. I don't know. I'm not going to cut it open. I'm sure it probably is. Now, let me get my coffee. How do y'all feel about the TikTok ban or whatever the hell it was they did with it? I saw some people really flipping out about that. They were going to lose billions. Hong bong bang bow. Michael, good morning. Yeah, LJ, I'm sure they did. They, yeah, that whole Act Blue thing. It's scary. You look up and look at the donors to it and see who they are, and then you follow the trail, and it'll lead you right to BlackRock and Vanguard and some of the others. Kim, I did too. I kind of felt bad for some of the people. I mean, if it's banned, I don't know if it's banned or not, but I don't make any money on here. I don't. I've made 47 or 57 cents on Rumble. Hey Tank, you're welcome. It was one of the greatest times of my life. I was young. I was in shape, and I was a little more. I was a hell of a lot better looking back then than I am now. That's for damn sure. How you feel about America, Tank? I mean, how would you how would you think I feel about America? I I love this country. I love it so much that at 18 years old, I swore an oath. I don't really know too many 18-year-olds out there that would do that now. Um, I don't care for some of the ways this country's been going, um, but doesn't mean I don't love this country any less. And Kim, he may or may not be. Um, I wouldn't say he's any more of a disaster than the last guy or the guy before. I mean, it's it it's not a it's not a it's how do I say this? A president can only sit in office for a total of 8 years, right? If he does 2 terms, and that's it. How much power does anybody think that the president actually has? If the president of the United States of America can only be in office for a total of 8 years, but a sitting member of Congress who got in when they were in their 20s be there until they're freaking 90, who makes the policies? Who runs the country? And I even doubt it's the congressmen, senators, or anybody like that. I think that think that a lot of it is freaking lobbyists. Man, in lobbyists, oh geez, it's a bought and sold country. That's that's big donations. Exactly. They're the ones that run the country. No, Kim, I don't know if we've rolled back civil rights, but you're entitled to your opinion. And that's what I signed up for. I don't believe that anybody should be censored. I'm not for hate speech. I don't really hate anybody in particular. I kind of hate everybody equally. If that, yeah, you know. 210, we'll see you, man. Take care and have a good Sunday and have a good week. But I still love this country, regardless of which way it goes. It's been a slow, long process, but I do believe that throughout the years, we have slowly but surely been voting our own rights away. My opinion, my belief only, one side tends to fight for it a little more than the other. And by fight, I don't mean physically go out and fight and hurt people and all that. Stand up for our rights. You got another side that they fed into a lot of other stuff and that they can believe how they want to believe. But in the long run, when the whole country finally gets together and opens their eyes and they realize that both sides have their eyes fully open and they realize, well, holy shit, we ain't got no rights now. What the hell happened? What did we do? We can't say this. We can't say that. Anything, we can't post a certain meme on Facebook or YouTube or whatever because it's going to draw attention. Whenever somebody that's just having a conversation like we are today has to subconsciously or consciously use their words in a certain way that might not get them blocked or banned or cut off, that's when there's a problem. And it doesn't matter if it's Democrat, Republic, Libertarian, it doesn't matter who it is. When you get to that point, we done fucked up. And that's it. I mean, pardon my French or English, but that's the way it is. We're slowly eroding away to the point where people aren't noticing it. You want to talk about civil rights, that's not a one-sided deal. Civil rights are going to be affected. It's as a whole country, and it's through policy and it's through fear and the fear of incarceration. What do you think taxes is all about? I don't pay my taxes. They just take them away. Well, Kim, you can't really go around threatening people, right? I mean, that's rightfully so. If somebody threatened you like that, you could have them arrested too. There's a difference between and this is where it gets gray. There's a difference between free speech and making threats. You know, if somebody came and knocked on my door and told me that, well, they wouldn't just be arrested. They would be probably trying to find their maker. But you know, and here I am with this. You know, I got to kind of watch what I'm saying. I got to kind of pick and choose my words because I like having this little YouTube channel. And if I say the wrong thing, it might go away. Who knows? But I get heated when I start talking about this kind of stuff. You know, there's two sides to every coin. I believe everybody has their right to do pretty much whatever they want, but it's don't step on my toes and I won't step on yours type deal, you know. If you believe, yeah, William, I'm probably already on the list, man. I got my first pew pew, bang bang, however you want to call it, because apparently you can't call it by its real name here. But I got my first one when I was probably 9 years old. And I believe that every kid in this country should have one. Every kid in this country should be taught how to use one because they're doing it in other countries. And for some reason here, they've, instead of kids being taught that it's a tool to be used for certain things, we're taught that they're scary. Oh my God, it's a scary thing to see one, to have one, to be within sight of one. And it's not, but that's the kind of fear that people instill in these younger generations, to be scared of it. If they're scared of it, then it's easier to do away with it, my dad taught me how to use one, and it was one of the best things I ever learned. And they need to have more of that. Education, back in the day, they had teams. It was a high school team sport. They need to bring that back. Competitive. I think they do it on some of the ROTCs. I'm not sure, but I never did ROTC. But it used to be a actual, the high schools had teams that they would put together. One of the other things they need to teach in schools is, man, maybe I missed it, but personal finance. Not just here, this is how you balance a checkbook. God, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they did teach all that shit when I was in high school. I just wasn't listening. More than likely, I wasn't listening. But teach kids how to invent and how to be entrepreneurs, teach them not just how banks work, like the whole workings of a bank, man. I mean, you got kids, Cam, archery training's fun. That would be a lot of. I used to bow hunt back in the day when I lived in Oregon. Dumb and dependent, exactly. Um, God, teaching a kid that they have to go to college to be something, that's not. I I know a lot of kids that went to college and they're not working anywhere near in the field of what they got a diploma in, got a college degree in. They It's not even close. Exactly, Kim. Teach kids to think. Sorry, I had to do something with the oven. You're probably right. Free bands. LJ trade schools. There's nothing wrong with the trade school, man. Or just learning a trade. An apprentice. One of the things that one of the things that we're probably going to see here within the next 10 years is a lack of plumbers. You know, there's already a shortage of welders and electricians because these kids don't want to go to a school to learn how to be an electrician or a plumber or a welder or anything like that. They want to learn how to be a YouTube star. They want to learn how to be a content creator, an influencer. Uh, yeah, of course I did. Blessings. Who doesn't, right? I mean, if you're not busting ass at least twice a day, you're not eating right. Yeah, LJ as a plumber's assistant, and then wait till he becomes a journeyman. Well, Kim, they do they really explain it to you when you're an 18, 19-year-old kid going into college? Do they sit you down and explain the whole thing about student debt, student loan debt, interest rates on it? They don't. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? They don't sit you down and tell you that here you're going to have this student loan debt for the good majority of your adult life. Why? And why is that? You know, you go to college and hey, how's it going? Ima. You go to college and say you go to college for business management. Well, next thing you know, or just something in that area, and next thing you know, you got all these other classes that you have to take that have nothing to do with what you're wanting to go to school for. Kim, that's it. That's exactly right. The whole system's a scam. It's all, God, anything that has that much money flowing in and out of it, mainly in it, is there's got to be a scam, you know. And let's talk about college football, right? How in the hell does a college have the money to pay some of these coaches multi-million-dollar a year contracts? You know, it was been a long time ago since I followed anything about college football, but years ago, the coach for the Oregon Ducks, Chip Kelly, he had a 4-year contract with the University of Oregon. He was getting paid $4 million a year. Where in the hell does that college get that kind of money? You know, so if they got the money to pay a coach $4 million a year, then maybe tuition fees shouldn't be as much. You know, Ellie, I agree with you. I mean, they should teach a little more. That and my oldest son, he just turned 21. He had scholarship offers from numerous big universities. He was a 3-letter athlete all 4 years of high school. And I think he finished high school with a 3.9 grade point average. Yeah, way opposite than me. I don't, you know, this kid is awesome, right? And I asked him one day, I said, "Are you going to take any of these offers?" And he said, "Dad, why would I want to go to waste 4 years in a college to have some professor try to push their ideology onto me and try to make me, you know, it's like Kim said, you need free thinkers, right? Well, you get a lot of these kids that go to college and they get a lot of these liberal leaning professors. They basically tell these kids what to think and how to think, you know, and that's not right. I mean, it's not set up for people to be told what to think. You know, I don't know, it's a crazy, crazy world we're living in, and I'm just a squirrel in it trying to find his nut. You know? Kim, are you into silver and gold stacking? Is anybody in the chat into silver and gold stacking? Other than, you know, the people that I know that are stackers. Yeah, government subsidies. You somewhat stack, yo? Snoopy stacks, yeah, they. Hey, STG, what's going on, man? Oh, I got done cooking. Now I'm just bullshitting with everybody. No, Kim, those probably aren't silver. Well, that poor is just a frame of mind. Honestly, who's who's really poor? See, I'll talk about this for a little bit. Let's hit on this for a second. I work a mechanic job during the day, and I deliver pizzas at night for Pizza Hut. And let me tell you, hey, Mark, good morning. Um, there's a section of town, it's a new, I guess you would call it a subdivision, new housing developments, anyways, but they're all new houses. Um, and I do a lot of pizza deliveries out that area. And then before you get there, there's some apartment complexes and some smaller neighborhoods that I deliver to as well. And you got this section of people that live in this new housing development that they think they're so badass, their shit don't stink, and they're, they got the brand new Suburban in the driveway, brand new big 2-story house in this new neighborhood. Probably 7 out of the 10 times I go make any deliveries there in that area, I don't get a tip. Not $1, not $2. The other night it was a cash order. It was like $37.36 or something like that. They gave me that exact, it was $37.30 something cents, whatever it was, and they gave me $38. And then they were standing there like, "Can I have my change?" And I was like, I don't carry coin change on me. I go do a delivery in a house that's a little more run down looking, the neighborhood's not as up to par, and those houses I tend to get better tips at. They seem to tip the most. It really, some of these people that have the houses and the cars and all that, they're in debt up to their ass. I mean, they are just so much in debt that they can't afford to give the tip. It's all aesthetics, man. They like the visual of having a lot of money, but deep down they're freaking struggling, and they're going to turn their nose up at the person that's doing a delivery job, that's trying to make some extra money for their family. And it's kind of sad, actually. The people that have the most to give, that give the most, have the least. That's what I've noticed. I've had, the other thing that I run into, yeah, Mark, fake wealth. The other thing that I run into, and this is more along the lines of some of those apartment complexes here, they won't have money for a tip, but they'll order pizza 2-3 times a week. And every time you go to open that door, every time they go to open that door to take the delivery, you get that very strong, undeniable smell of marijuana coming from the door. And it's like, when are these, hey, good morning, Saw. When are these people gonna, like, that was your house, Snoopy? Sorry. And I'm not trying to put these people down or talk bad about them, but maybe if they put a little more effort into getting out of those bad habits, and they could better their situations. For one, hell, I can't even afford to eat pizza 2 or 3 times a week like they can. I don't know if y'all have ordered from Pizza Hut lately, but that shit ain't cheap. It is not cheap, man. I delivered 2 medium pizzas the other night. It was like $40. I was like, holy crap. Medium pizzas for $40? Hell, I just bought 3 Wagyu steaks for $42. But NFL football today, I don't know. I haven't really followed football in a while. Yeah, saw and all the weed they're smoking. And I don't know how much it goes for here in Texas, but it ain't legal here, so they're probably still getting a pretty good chunk for it. Yeah, yeah, LJ, that's how I am, man. I see everything in silver. I bought those steaks today. It was a little over an ounce of silver, an ounce and some dimes. That's crazy. So we covered the educational system, right? The education, college education, uh, insurance. Man, let's talk. If you guys want to talk about, let's talk about insurance. God, insurance, Kim, no doubt. Bitcoin 7 years ago, you'd be sitting on a pretty healthy chunk of change right now. Now, we, well, not we, I guess it's more her. She's Miss West Texas kind of took over the whole crypto thing in the household, right? She she's the one that buys it. She's the one that keeps track of it, where it's going, what it's doing. But the Onyx coin, whatever it is, Onyx, we kind of got a little late jump on it, but about a week ago, it was at 0.0008 cents, right? And she jumped on it when it was at almost a cent. Anyhow, she's made a pretty nice little sum of money off of that just in one day. LJ, we got some XRP. Snoopy, no, we didn't buy the Trump coin. I don't know. I'm a Trump fan. I'm a Trump supporter. I guess if you're gonna pick the lesser of two evils, I don't know. It was kind of one of those decisions, but I don't do meme coins. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that they've made pretty good chunk of change on that Trump coin. But if you get to looking, which one? Man, there's several of them out there. Um, but no, we didn't get any. Well, I just didn't see it. It was kind of like the Hawk to a Girl coin, if you ask me. Yeah, Kim, it's straight gambling meme coins. A lot of these silver and gold stackers in the community, they like to talk about, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Crypto's bad. Crypto, what happens if the electricity goes out? Herman, if you're still listening. um, Bitcoin is too big to fail right now. I mean, some of these cryptocurrencies are just too big to fail. I'm no economic ninja on this shit either. I'm just regular old me. Um, but if you can take that money you make off of any kind of crypto and flip it into silver or gold, why not? Yeah, Kim, eventually, but you got to hold on to that. You got to hold on to it, and you got to know, just like anything else, you got to know when to jump off of it. You got to know when to get out, when to sell off. But it's all of it, and that's one thing I noticed too, looking at the charts and everything, is that it's all investment run. It's all, you know, for you stackers out there that are against cryptocurrency, just ask yourself one question. That's it. If it's so bad and so worthless, and if you can't hold it, you don't own it, why does every major online bullion dealer accept it as a form of payment. That's it. I mean, now I have talked with Hero Bullion in the chat. They accept cryptocurrency, right? Nothing wrong with that. And I guess my question to some of them would be, do they hang on to it? Do they hang on to the crypto that they accept as payment to see if it goes up in price? Or, what do they do with it? And they said that they don't. They convert it into currency, paper money, as soon as they get it in. Now, could you imagine having all that crypto and it goes up to 10,000? It goes up 10,000, 11,000. Yeah. Oh man. God, if I'd have known a lot more about this kind of stuff back then, we would all be doing pretty good. Yep. Crypto millionaires. Yeah, Kim, I don't think. Let me check something real quick here. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh man. Yeah. So crypto. Um, hey, OTG, Oscar Tango Golf. LJ, man. So you're right down the road from Hero. God, I'm not sponsored by Hero at all. I'm not paid by anybody. Obviously, my channel's not big enough. I'm still just a little small fry, but um, hey, Dub C. But man, Hero has got to be my favorite, my absolute favorite for buying silver, other than my LCS. It's Hero. They've been nothing but nice. They do tend to follow some of the smaller channels on YouTube, and you never know when they're watching. That's awesome, man. I mean, Herman, I didn't see it. Here in a minute, shoot me a picture of it. But Hero to me is one of the best. Their shipping is on point. It's just, tell you the truth, I haven't ordered it from in quite a while from them, but that has more to do with financing. Finances, not financing, but finances. Christmas really took a hit on me. Dang, Christmas. Next year, everybody's getting 1 ounce of silver, and that's it. That's it. You get one silver eagle, and that's all. If you're really good, I'll get you one Libertad. I'll get everybody one Libertad, and that's all. But that's all everybody's getting next year. Yeah. So I've been trying to work that savings account back up. Well, the Pizza Hut account. And every time I do, it seems like something just eats away, chips away at it. So yesterday, I went and I put a pretty good chunk of money down on a kilo bar of silver there, and kind of I'm hoping I'll have it next weekend. Kind of excited about it. So I it'll probably be the only kilo bar I ever get, but that'll be the one right there. I've had my eye on it for a while. It's one of those that I've seen a few other times in there. It kind of comes and goes. I did a short video actually a few months ago of the same bar. So when I saw it in there, I was just talking with them, and it's like, I've wanted that kilo bar for a long time. Property taxes, what a crock of shit that is, right? They tax you on the money that you earn to buy something. When you buy it, if you have to pay a sales tax, you're taxed again buying it. And then for as long as you own it, they're going to tax you on it. Come on, man. That's believe it or not, that's probably my most favorite Joe Biden saying. I do have a favorite Joe Biden saying, and that would be it. Come on, man. Uh, Snoopy, no, I'm not. Actually, I'm not a disabled veteran. It's funny. That's a whole nother subject. Wow, man, you guys are hitting it off good. I just hope I don't get in trouble for anything I say. And if I do, fuck it, whatever. Um, sometimes I'm a little bit older now, and sometimes the Marine still comes out in me, and we are, after all, Department of the Navy. We're the men's Department of the Navy, but we do tend to. Uh, so I was doing a job. When was it? Thursday? I believe it was Thursday or Friday. And this Marine veteran walked in, and we were talking, and he asked me, he says, "Are you collecting disability?" And I'm like, "No." Deaf? No, I'm talking about, man, Permian Basin, the real West Texas. So anyhow, he asked me if I was collecting disability, and I was like, "No, man. Why would I collect disability? I'm not disabled. I got a job. I can work. I can walk." And he started telling me that it was around the COVID time that he applied for all of it, and it turns out he's like getting 70% disability. And he goes in to tell me that, man, it's just free money, right? Well, that really pisses me off, actually. There's a lot of veterans out there in this country that aren't able to get the medical attention and treatment that they need. And let's not forget that there's a lot of veterans out there that they weren't wounded in combat. They weren't, disabled, but they they carry their scars on the inside. Yeah, Snoopy. I mean, I don't know how he did it. You know, he told me he broke his shoulder or something, and that's how he got on it. Man, I don't know. Dub C, it ain't right. It ain't right. I mean, there's so many homeless veterans right now, and just because Joe Smo wants to get a check every month for to claim he's a disabled veteran, man, that shit it don't sit right with me. If you can work, work. Don't take it. Don't take from somebody that might need it. And it's the same with everything. It's the same with that damn what do they call them? Food stamps. You got all these people. I see it all the time here. Uh, People going in there with their food stamps, goddamn Louis Vuitton bag, and buying potato chips and soda with their damn food stamp card. I don't think that's right. Kim, yeah, mental issues, man, and Dub C, drug addiction. Everybody needs a helping hand. I Man, that's probably one of the saddest things that anybody could see is a homeless veteran. Somebody that feels like they're not worthy, or they're unwanted, or that their country just used them and turns them loose. That that's it. We're done with you. Now get out. You know. Snoopy, that's true too. They gotta want the help. Kim, yeah, I mean, if people need a helping hand, there's nothing wrong with helping. Um, it's the people that take advantage, and all they do is they take from the people that really need the help. You know, and that's not right. We shouldn't. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. I believe in social programs to help, um, but I believe that it should be a deal where the only kind of foods you can get are you know foods that have some kind of nutritional value. Uh, Nickel, 40,000 a year salary though. I don't remember what I was making, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't 40,000 a year. I'm thinking it was more closer to 20,000 a year, maybe 24,000 a year back then. Well, everybody, we're going on 2 hours on this thing, and company just came in, and it's time to eat. Finally, y'all have a good Sunday. Have a good week. Simplify. God bless. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for stopping in. If you made it this far and you haven't subscribed or liked or anything, Richard, good morning, man. You're just missing me, buddy. I'll probably do some videos later on today, and everybody can. Hey, thanks, Rick. Anyhow, we'll see y'all later. Simplify. God bless. Stay positive. I know it's hard to do sometimes, but positivity is the key. Be kind to everybody. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know what kind of day somebody's having. So just be nice.